The secrets. A master reveals the secrets. What secrets does the master reveal? How to speak English eloquently. And how long will it take for that? How long will it take for me to become fluent? That's a common question I get. All right. Today's lesson is going to be shadowing practice. You're just going to repeat after me. We'll look at each text, make sure you understand the vocabulary, and then we'll do shadowing each section. And then at the end, we'll do non-stop shadowing. All right, let's look at this story. Once, a young man, eager. What's eager? Eager is motivated, enthusiastic. A young man, eager to become a fluent English speaker, traveled to meet a renowned master. What's renowned? Well-known, famous, a famous master. All right, I'm going to say this non-stop, and I want you to say it with me. Once, a young man eager to become a fluent English speaker traveled to meet a renowned master. Again, once, a young man eager to become a fluent English speaker traveled to meet a renowned master. The master was celebrated for achieving eloquence in English. What's eloquence? That just means fluency. Very beautiful speech. And celebrated for is recognized for. The master was celebrated for, recognized for achieving fluency, achieving eloquence. Eloquence. He speaks eloquently in English, despite having learned the language later in life. Later in life means he was an adult. He didn't learn the language when he was a child. He learned English after he became an adult. All right, say it with me. The master was celebrated for achieving eloquence in English, despite having learned the language later in life. Again. The master was celebrated for achieving eloquence in English, despite having learned the language later in life. Driven by his thirst for knowledge. Driven means motivated. Motivated by his thirst, that means desire. Driven by his desire, motivated by his thirst for knowledge. He eagerly approached the master. What's eagerly? Enthusiastically. He eagerly approached the master to ask him about unlocking the secrets of language acquisition. Acquisition, that just means to get, to learn, acquire. So learn a language. Okay, let's say that nonstop 2 times. All right, here we go. Driven by his thirst for knowledge, he eagerly approached the master to ask him about unlocking the secrets of language acquisition. One more time. Driven by his thirst for knowledge, he eagerly approached the master to ask him about unlocking the secrets of language acquisition. Master, he asked respectfully, how long will it take for me to speak English fluently? Master, he asked respectfully, how long will it take for me to speak English fluently? One more time. Master, he asked respectfully, how long will it take for me to speak English fluently? The master looked up and replied, 8 years. 8 years? That's how long the master said it will take for him. Hearing this, the young fluency seeker felt a wave of disappointment wash over him. Upon hearing this, the young fluency speaker felt a wave of disappointment. That just means a surge, a wave, like a wave of water in the ocean. A wave, a surge of disappointment. Engulf him, wash over him, cover him. Hearing this, the young fluency seeker felt a wave of disappointment wash over him. Again, hearing this, the young fluency seeker felt a wave of disappointment wash over him. He leaned in closer and asked, "What if I commit myself entirely? What if I work harder than anyone else and focus relentlessly?" All right, let's say that. He leaned in closer and asked, "What if I commit myself entirely? What if I work harder than anyone else and focus relentlessly?" Again, he leaned in closer and asked, "What if I commit myself entirely? What if I work harder than anyone else and focus relentlessly? What if I memorize all the grammar rules by the end of the year and learn a wide range of phrasal verbs, idioms, and collocations? What if I memorize all the grammar rules by the end of the year and learn a wide range of phrasal verbs, idioms, and collocations? What if I memorize all the grammar rules by the end of the year and learn a wide range of phrasal verbs, idioms, and collocations?" The master paused, a faint smile flickering on his lips. Ooh, what's that mean? A faint smile. It means like a small smile, flickering, appearing. You can kind of see it on his lips. He said, "In that case, it will take you 10 years to speak English fluently." All right, say it with me. The master paused, a faint smile flickering on his lips, and said, "In that case, it will take you 10 years to speak English fluently." Again. The master paused, a faint smile flickering on his lips, and said, "In that case, it will take you 10 years to speak English fluently." Confused, the young seeker blinked in disbelief. His desire to hasten his journey, stop right there, his desire to hasten his journey, his desire to hurry up, go faster, hasten his journey to fluency, seemed only to extend the time required. It only made the time required longer. Why? He was confused. All right, say this with me 2 times. Confused, the young seeker blinked in disbelief. His desire to hasten his journey seemed only to extend the time required. Again. Confused, the young seeker blinked in disbelief. His desire to hasten his journey seemed only to extend the time required. Why? He asked, frustration creeping into his voice. Wait, frustration creeping into his voice? That means frustration is beginning to seep into, show up in his voice. Creeping, moving along slowly is creeping, but in this case, showing in his voice, creeping in his voice. If I give more effort, shouldn't I learn faster? All right. Why? He asked, frustration creeping into his voice. If I give more effort, shouldn't I learn faster? Again. Why? He asked, frustration creeping into his voice. If I give more effort, shouldn't I learn faster? The master gestured for him to sit beside him. Gesture just means signaled. Come here, sit beside me. The master gestured for him to sit beside him. Speaking slowly and calmly, he began. Have you ever noticed how clouds drift across the sky? The master gestured for him to sit beside him. Speaking slowly and calmly, he began, have you ever noticed how clouds drift across the sky? The master gestured for him to sit beside him. Speaking slowly and calmly, he began, have you ever noticed how clouds drift across the sky? They take their time, and yet always reach their destination. Mastery of a language is similar. The harder you chase it, the more elusive it becomes. The more elusive means difficult to find, difficult to catch, difficult to achieve. The harder you chase it, the more elusive it becomes. All right, say it with me. They take their time and yet always reach their destination. Mastery of a language is similar. The harder you chase it, the more elusive it becomes. They take their time and yet always reach their destination. Mastery of a language is similar. The harder you chase it, the more elusive it becomes. Your impatience keeps you from recognizing the lessons right in front of you. Your impatience keeps you from recognizing the lessons right in front of you. Your impatience keeps you from recognizing the lessons right in front of you. The fluency seeker sat silently. His thoughts in a whirl. A whirl is like going around in a circle. His thoughts in a whirl. He had always believed that sheer effort, that's a group that we often say, word group. Sheer effort is hard work. He often believed that hard work, he had always believed that sheer effort, hard work, could yield is produce, could produce quick results. Let's look at that one more time. He had always believed that sheer effort could yield quick results. Now, the master challenged that notion. What's notion? Now the master challenged that idea, that belief, that concept, that notion. All right, let's see if we can do this twice. Here we go. The fluency seeker sat silently, his thoughts in a whirl. He had always believed that sheer effort could yield quick results. Now the master challenged that notion. Again. The fluency seeker sat silently, his thoughts in a whirl. He had always believed that sheer effort could yield quick results. Now the master challenged that notion. For weeks, the young man lived with the master, observing how he skillfully engaged with English through meaningful inputs. Okay, so now the student is watching the master. He's observing. And he's seeing how the master actually does it. How did he become fluent? And he does this for weeks. For weeks, the young man lived with the master, observing how he skillfully engaged with English through meaningful inputs. For weeks, the young man lived with the master, observing how he skillfully engaged with English through meaningful inputs. We, right now, are engaging in English through meaningful inputs. Just to let you know, in case it went over your head. He saw the master blending patience, mixing patience and intention, nurturing his speaking skills while imitating native speakers, to polish his pronunciation and flow. He's polishing his pronunciation and flow. How is he doing it? He's imitating native speakers. That's what he saw his master doing. Let's say this together. Here we go. He saw the master blending patience and intention, nurturing his speaking skills while imitating native speakers to polish his pronunciation and flow. Again. He saw the master blending patience and intention, nurturing his speaking skills while imitating native speakers to polish his pronunciation and flow. The seeker of fluency, the seeker's understanding began to shift. Fluency wasn't a mountain to climb, but a treasure to uncover. Through consistent and humble practice. That is it. Fluency is not a mountain to climb. You don't climb the mountain of fluency. It's a treasure, and you have to uncover the treasure. How do you uncover this treasure of fluency? Through consistent and humble practice. Let's say it together. The seeker's understanding began to shift. Fluency wasn't a mountain to climb, but a treasure to uncover through consistent and humble practice. Again, the seeker's understanding began to shift. Fluency wasn't a mountain to climb, but a treasure to uncover through consistent and humble practice. In life, our impatience often blinds us to deeper truths. We chase quick answers, instant success, and immediate results. Say it with me. In life, our impatience often blinds us to deeper truths. We chase quick answers, instant success, and immediate results. One more time. In life, our impatience often blinds us to deeper truths. We chase quick answers, instant success, and immediate results, forgetting that the most worthwhile achievements take time, patience, and presence. Forgetting that the most worthwhile achievements take time, patience, and presence. Forgetting that the most worthwhile achievements take time, patience, and presence. When we hurry through our experiences, we miss the beauty of the journey, losing touch with the essence of what we seek. Say it with me. When we hurry through our experiences, we miss the beauty of the journey, losing touch with the essence of what we seek. Again, when we hurry through our experiences, we miss the beauty of the journey, losing touch with the essence of what we seek. Deep words. All right, that's it. That's our story. I hope you liked it. I spent a long time putting it together. All right, now we're going to do a nonstop, the shadowing portion. I'm just going to say the whole thing, see if I can do it mistake-free. Here we go. Once a young man, eager to become a fluent English speaker, traveled to meet a renowned master. The master was celebrated for achieving eloquence in English, despite having learned the language later in life. Driven by his thirst for knowledge, he eagerly approached the master to ask him about unlocking the secrets of language acquisition. "Master," he asked respectfully, "how long will it take for me to speak English fluently?" The master looked up and replied, 8 years. Hearing this, the young fluency seeker felt a wave of disappointment wash over him. He leaned in closer and asked, "What if I commit myself entirely? What if I work harder than anyone else and focus relentlessly? What if I memorize all the grammar rules by the end of the year and learn a wide range of phrasal verbs, idioms, and collocations?" The master paused, a faint smile flickering on his lips, and said, "In that case, it will take you 10 years to speak English fluently." Confused, the young seeker blinked in disbelief. His desire to hasten his journey seemed only to extend the time required. "Why?" he asked, frustration creeping into his voice. "If I give more effort, shouldn't I learn faster?" The master gestured for him to sit beside him. Speaking slowly and calmly, he began, "Have you ever noticed how clouds drift across the sky? They take their time and yet always reach their destination. Mastery of a language is similar. The harder you chase it, the more elusive it becomes. Your impatience keeps you from recognizing the lessons right in front of you." The fluency seeker sat silently, his thoughts in a whirl. He had always believed that sheer effort could yield quick results. Now the master challenged that notion. For weeks, the young man lived with the master, observing how he skillfully engaged with English through meaningful inputs. He saw the master blending patience and intention, nurturing his speaking skills while imitating native speakers to polish his pronunciation and flow. The seeker's understanding began to shift. Fluency wasn't a mountain to climb, but a treasure to uncover through consistent and humble practice. Did I get that right? Okay, through humble practice. I jumped ahead. Here it is. In life, our impatience often blinds us to deeper truths. We chase quick answers, I'm sorry. We chase quick answers, instant success, and immediate results, forgetting that the most worthwhile achievements take time, patience, and presence. When we hurry through our experiences, we miss the beauty of the journey, losing touch with the essence of what we seek. I started to hurry too fast and I messed up. I was missing the beauty of the journey. I lost touch with the essence of what I was seeking. All right. No one's perfect, but we do our best, right? We do our best. Boom. Good workout. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. This step took a lot of effort from me. I spent half a day writing this script. Too long. I spent too much time on it. Oh well. I'll make the next lesson short and simple. All right, I'll see you in the next step.